Level 1. The Street Hooper. The future Hall of Famer is 15 years old. The biggest rivalry in his house is his dad versus the neighbor over who mows first on Sunday. 4 years. One passive-aggressive fence. Dad works at Deloitte. Mom sells pills for Pfizer and calls it helping people. There is a college fund your parents started the week you were born already pointed at Northwestern. A refrigerator with oat milk and 2 kinds of hummus. And a GPA of 3.2 that teachers describe as a pleasure to have in class because they cannot remember a single specific thing about him. That kid is you. You find the outdoor courts on the other side of town, the side your parents lock the car doors driving through. A kid named Marcus blocks your shot into the fence. Marcus grew up on a pull-out couch with a single mom pulling overnight hospital shifts and 3 younger siblings who eat before he does. He looks at your mom's Lexus idling at the curb and says loud enough for both courts, "Whole Foods is leaving. Don't forget your organic snacks." What you do not know yet is that this kid is going to take from you repeatedly, painfully, in ways you cannot see coming, and that is exactly why, 20 years from now, you will be standing in the Naismith Hall of Fame. Level 2. High school player. You come back to the park the next day. In basketball's pipeline, 500,000 high school kids compete for roughly 300 Division I scholarships, and right now, you are not even on varsity. Your mom drops you around the corner because you asked her to, and she assumed it was about a girl. You play pickup 6 days a week until the Jordan ones your dad bought $180, birthday gift. Phase 4, after the $400 guitar and the $800 coding camp. And the $200 tennis racket have no tread left and a scuff on the left toe box shaped like a question mark. Your dad bought them expecting another closet casualty. They are on cracked asphalt instead. The first sign that the plan has a crack in it, and the crack is shaped like you. Marcus shows up in the same pair of Kobe's 3 months running. Laces retied with electrical tape on the left shoe. His mom drops him off at 6 p.m. still wearing hospital scrubs because she came straight from the overnight and has not been home yet. He plays until dark, walks home, and nobody picks him up. You notice this before you understand what it means. Stop thinking. The ball knows where to go. You don't, but it does. That is the entire advice an older guy who played 11 years overseas Turkey, Israel. Italian second division gives you after watching for a month from the baseline. He works at a FedEx distribution center now. He never says another useful thing. That sentence will win you a championship in 15 years, but right now it just fixes your footwork. Sophomore year, varsity tryouts, you get cut. Coach Patterson says, maybe next year in a tone that means probably not. Your dad picks you up, does not mention the cut, and says, Chipotle? You eat a burrito the size of your forearm and decide Coach Patterson will regret this decision for a very long time. Then the summer. You train with a violence that makes your mother Google teen exercise addiction at 11 p.m. You buy your own shoes, $60 Nikes from the outlet, Panera Bread money, fit like a legal dispute. Junior year. Varsity. Patterson puts you on the roster like you were always supposed to be there, erasing the cut. You remember. He does not know you remember. That imbalance of memory will power you for 8 years. After a conference game, your school versus Marcus's there is a party. You do not go because you are icing your ankle watching film like a psychopath. Next morning, Instagram story. Your girlfriend, in Marcus's car, wearing his jersey, passenger side aux cord. She did not hide it. He did not hide it. The comments. Skull emoji, skull emoji, skull emoji. You shoot 300 free throws in your driveway until your neighbor asks your dad if everything is okay. Conference championship, their gym. You score 28. Marcus scores 34. You lose by 6, but you guard him the entire fourth quarter, and he works for every point in a way the highlight reel will never show. After the buzzer, he walks past, stops. Yo, you got better. You feel nothing because his jersey is still on your ex-girlfriend's Instagram. A scout from NC State is in row 8. He is not watching Marcus. Kentucky locked him in October. He is watching you. You find out 6 weeks later through an email your counselor almost marks as spam. That email will be framed in your house in 15 years. Right now, it is sitting in a junk folder between a College Board reminder and a coupon for Jimmy John's. Level 3. College player. A sophomore guard from Wake Forest scores on you 3 consecutive possessions in your first ACC game. The ACC is the most competitive conference in college basketball future lottery picks, and you just lost to a sophomore who will never make the league. He is not even the best player on his team. You sit for the rest of the half, and the assistant coach says, "Welcome to the ACC." in a tone that makes you want to transfer to a Division III school and major in something that does not require being embarrassed on national television. You are a 3-star recruit. 67th best in your class. Marcus is number 2 at Kentucky. His commitment video has 4 million views. Your commitment post got 340 likes, relatives and Panera coworkers. Freshman year. Bench. 4 minutes per game in garbage time. The student section calls you number 14 like a restaurant ticket. You practice at starting 5 intensity. The starting point guard notices and begins guarding you harder in scrimmage. That is both a compliment and a threat. You throw up after the 3rd practice? A walk-on from Connecticut throws up after the 2nd. You bond over this. He quits by Christmas. You do not. Junior year. The overseas guy's sentence finally lands 2 years late, the way all real advice works. It sounds like nothing until the moment it sounds like everything. You stop playing like a student and start playing like a problem. 22 points per game. All-ac. ESPN runs your highlight. Where did this kid come from? The same question they asked in high school, as if your geography resets every time the cameras arrive. It will not be the last time someone acts surprised by something you have been building for years. March Madness. Sweet 16. 31 against Baylor. The broadcast replays your pull-up 3 from the left wing 4 times in 2 minutes. Elite 8. 34 against Houston. You foul out with 1 minute and 47 seconds left and a 3-point deficit. You watch the final possession through your fingers while a trainer holds ice to your knee and pretends not to notice you are crying. Lost by 3. Bleacher Report. The best player nobody saw coming. Your dad is in section 212 wearing a NC State polo he bought at the campus store that morning. He has never worn a polo that was not Deloitte branded. This is the first evidence he understands this is not a phase. You declare for the draft. Your mom cries. Your dad says we should talk to a financial advisor before he says congratulations. That is who he is. You love him for it. It also makes you want to scream into a cushion for a duration that would concern a medical professional. Level 4. The Rookie. Draft Night. 60 players get drafted each year out of roughly 500,000 college players. Tonight, you find out if the NBA thinks you are one of them. Your parents' living room. Your mom ordered an artisanal charcuterie board because this is how the suburbs celebrate the NBA draft. Your dad invited 4 couples from the neighborhood. One of them asks what round means. Marcus goes 3rd to the New York Knicks. Green Room. ABC. Madison Square Garden posts a welcome graphic in 9 minutes. You go 19th to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Your mom screams. Your dad shakes your hand, then hugs you, the most emotional sequence he has ever performed in front of witnesses. A neighbor says, "Is that good?" Your mom says it's very good with a force that implies the next person who questions this will be removed from the charcuterie. 2-way contract. The NBA's version of a temp agency. You split time between the Thunder and the OKC Blue in the Gallagay Hotel in Tulsa with a vending machine that serves as your entire food group. You play 42 minutes in a gym with 600 people. Score 27. Nobody writes about it. Your mom watches on the Gleague stream. It buffers every 4 minutes. She texts, "I saw IT during the 3rd quarter." It is the 4th quarter. She is 90 seconds behind. She texts the prayer emoji before every game, since NC State. You have not lost after receiving it this season. You do not tell her this because you are afraid of jinxing it, and also because it might be statistically true. Call-up. Real roster. You sit for 9 games. Game 10, a starter tears his hamstring in the 3rd quarter, and the coach looks down the bench, past 3 players. Lands on you. You're in. 8 points. 11 minutes. Nobody writes about it. But the injured starter watches from the bench with a look you recognize. Someone just realized the timeline of their career has a competitor in it. First real NBA paycheck. $78,000 after taxes for a partial season. You send your mom $5,000. She texts. "Thank you, baby. I put it in your savings." Your savings. She opened an account in your name and deposited the money you sent her back into it. You call. "Mom, that was for you." She says, "I know." You sit in the Thunder facility parking lot for 4 minutes because you do not know what to do with a feeling that large. 14 minutes a game. That is what you have now. Whether it is the ceiling or the floor depends on something you have not yet been tested on. Level 5. Rotation player. 14 minutes. In the NBA, a rotation player is the human equivalent of a spare tire essential when something breaks, invisible the rest of the time. The game begins without you and ends without you. You exist in the part nobody highlights, nobody remembers, and nobody blames unless you make a mistake. The basketball equivalent of being told, don't touch anything in someone else's house. The veteran next to you has 12 years in the league. Same 14 minutes. He leans over during a timeout. The difference between 14 and 30 minutes is not talent. It's whose agent plays golf with the GM. You laugh. He does not. He has never been joking. It has aged him visibly around the eyes and invisibly everywhere the cameras point. Thunder versus Knicks. National television. You guard Marcus for the first time since high school. He scores 38. You score 11 in your 14 minutes. The broadcast replays his crossover on you 3 times. Your 11 points happen during a Gatorade commercial. Post-game, a reporter asks Marcus about the matchup. He says, "Who? Oh yeah, he competed. He competed." Like you were a background extra in his highlight reel. You sit in the Paycom Center parking garage for 6 minutes because your car will not start. The radio plays Marcus's post-game. You turn it off. Turn the car off. The arena lights shut down behind you and you are still sitting there. Then the second time. You have been dating a physical therapist in OKC for 8 months. Real, not Instagram, real. Actual real. She understands ice baths and 5 a.m. flights and the silence you carry home after losses. All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis. She flies out. Marcus is there. He is an all-star. You are not. 3 weeks later, you find out through a teammate who heard it from a Knicks trainer. Marcus texts you after you stop responding to her. My bad bro, laughing emoji. The laughing emoji. The same pattern as high school. Same theft, different tax bracket. You are 24 and earning $2.1 million, and the person who keeps taking from you earns $34 million and considers it comedy. You go to the Thunder facility at 11 p.m. and shoot until the janitor asks you to leave. He does not ask politely. 3 weeks of playing like someone who has been personally insulted by the universe. The coach moves you into the starting lineup. Your nameplate in the starters section is spelled wrong by 1 letter. You do not correct it. Asking someone to spell your name right feels like too much when they just gave you the thing you have wanted for 3 years, while proving they do not know who you are. Level 6. Starter. First start. Only 5 players start each game, the other 10 sit, and the gap between those groups is the gap between a career and a footnote. Paycom Center. 19,000 people. Your name over the PA pronounced correctly for the first time by a stranger since that email arrived in a spam folder. You are thinking about the fact that you have not called your mom in 4 days. She has not called either. She learned the schedule. She stops calling on game days. This is love that does not announce itself. The knee. Left. Meniscus. The team doctor uses the word management, not fix, not heal. Manage like a quarterly project with deliverables. Your father would understand the language perfectly, which is how you know it is bad news wearing a polo shirt. You ice 45 minutes after every game. The machine makes a sound you hear in your sleep. You are 25 and you walk like 25 on the court and 44 in the parking lot. A rookie asks how you are feeling. Good. Good means I can play and has stopped meaning anything else. All-star fan voting. Marcus is 4th in the East. You are not on the ballot, added as an injury replacement consideration in a font size that suggests the designer ran out of room. His jersey outsells yours 11-1. You are statistically better in 4 of 5 major categories. The market does not trade on categories. It trades on who was on the billboard first. The closest you have been to a billboard is a concourse banner next to a Raising Cane's ad. Someone drew glasses on your face with a Sharpie. You are not mad. The glasses are well drawn. Playoffs. First round. Denver. Game 4. You score 36 career high. The buzzer sounds and the camera finds you on the bench, sitting alone while your team celebrates at center court. You are not sad. You are calculating what this means for the extension, what the extension means for your parents, whether your mom will deposit the next check into another account with your name on it. You stop calculating and walk to center court. That is where the people are. Your agent calls at 11 p.m. Max extension, 5 years, $190 million. You ask about the player option. There is not one. 6 seconds of silence. He says, sleep on it. You do not sleep. $190 million and no ability to leave. Your dad would call this a retention package with suboptimal optionality. Your dad would be right. Level 7. All-Star. Nike told you no after the draft. In professional basketball, your shoe deal is your second contract, and for most stars, it pays more than the first. Their exact words. We love the game, but we're not sure about the marketability data. Under Armour said yes for $8 million while you were eating from a vending machine in Tulsa. Now, after the All-Star nod, the 36-point playoff game, the $190 million extension, Nike calls your agent. $45 million. You stay with Under Armour. Your agent says you are leaving $37 million on the table. You say, they didn't want me when I was worth finding. They want the version that made them look wrong. That's not loyalty. That's a receipt. Under Armour names the shoe after you. Your name on the box. Your first signature shoe, built by the company that said yes when the answer was supposed to be no. The scuffed Jordan ones your dad bought are in a display case at your parents' house now. Same brand on the old pair, different name on the new box. Your father moved the Jordans to the center of the case. He has not moved the Les Paul. All-Star Game. Your name announced to 18,000 using the nickname you made up at a park on the wrong side of town. It sounds different in the Chase Center, like it belongs to someone you spent 10 years becoming. Fourth quarter, the game does not matter. All-Star games never do, but you run the crossover from the south side court. The overseas guy's voice in the footwork. The ball goes in. The crowd erupts for something they think is new. It is 9 years old. Built on cracked asphalt across town from a Whole Foods. The scouts who ranked you 67th are in the building watching you play a game that was never supposed to include you. Something about that feels like it will matter for a very long time. Monday. The GM calls. We're making a move, getting you help. The help takes 22 shots a game. Your shots drop from 18 to 12. Building a championship roster. What nobody says is what it is. The organization believes in you enough to build around you, but not enough to let you be the reason. You are a franchise player being told the franchise needs a co-signer. Western Conference Finals. 7 games. You win. The NBA Finals are set. OKC Thunder versus New York Knicks. You versus Marcus. ESPN will not stop writing this sentence for 3 weeks. Level 8. Champion. You wake up on the morning of Game 7 and your body is wrong. Game 7 of the NBA Finals is the single highest pressure game in professional sports. One game for everything. Winner take all, and every mistake lives on the internet forever. Fever. 101.2. The Thunder team doctor takes your temperature twice because the first reading does not fit the schedule. He says he cannot recommend you play. You say you are playing. He writes something in a chart and stops talking. Your mom texts the prayer emoji at 8:14 a.m. The streak is at 31 games. You cannot afford to think about this because if you think about it, you will think about what happens if the streak breaks tonight, and that is a door you are not opening while your vision is soft at the edges. Aim 7. Paycom Center. The floor is shaking from 19,000 people who refuse to sit down. Fourth quarter. You have 28 points on 11 of 19 shooting, and your vision is doubling on the left side. Marcus has 31 on 12 of 22. He is playing the best game of his life. His crossover is the same one he ran at the park, at the conference championship, on national TV, the same move at every level. And it still works because Marcus has always been the version of himself that does not need to change. You have changed at every level. That is the difference. Neither version is wrong. One of them is about to win. 4.7 seconds. Free throw line. Tied. The overseas guy's sentence arrives without being called. The ball knows where to go. You make the first. The follow-through is the same one you learned under a streetlight that buzzed at a frequency only you and the neighborhood could hear. You make the second. Confetti. Someone puts a hat on your head that says champions. It does not fit. You wear it for 72 hours, including the shower. You are 30 years old crying in a hotel shower wearing a hat. That is what a champion looks like when nobody is filming. Marcus walks to the tunnel without looking at you. You want him to look. He does not. In the locker room, someone shows you his Instagram story. Respect. Earned. 2 words. The kid from the South Side who said Whole Foods is leaving. Just lost to the kid from Whole Foods in 7 games, and he said it without turning around, which means he meant it. You stare for 11 seconds. You do not screenshot it. That is how you know what this means. The parade. 2 million people. A kid in the crowd wearing off-brand shoes, sole peeling on the left, holding a sign with your name misspelled by 1 letter. You see him for 2 seconds from the bus. Your mom is next to you, holding the trophy and the phone she used to send 31 consecutive prayer emojis. The trophy is heavier than anything you have held. You understand this weight is the feeling of something being finished. You do not yet understand what finished means when there is nothing left to prove. Level 9. Retired legend. Tuesday. No practice. No shoot-around. No trainer with a foam roller and an expression that says your IT band has opinions. First Tuesday without basketball in 18 years. The average NBA career lasts 4.5 years, yours lasted 18, and nobody prepared you for the quiet. 5 bedrooms. 1 used. The silence has a texture. It is not peaceful. It is unemployed. Your dad calls at noon. Have you thought about what's next? He has waited your entire career to ask this question. The timing is, medically speaking, perfect. Hall of Fame. The Naismith Memorial. Your own shoe line, not a signature model, a brand. Your name on the box. Your name on the building. Your name pronounced correctly by every stranger in the room on the same evening. Your mom is in the front row holding the prayer emoji, not on her phone. She printed it, laminated it. She brought the original to the Hall of Fame and it is laminated, and you almost lose your composure during the speech because it is the funniest and most devastating thing you have ever seen a human being do. The streak never broke. Every game, every season, every level, and a laminated rectangle the size of a playing card, and she is holding it like a birth certificate. You drive to the South Side Park. Resurfaced. No cracks. No broken glass near the baseline. A mural of you on the wall wearing the signature shoe, the $220 retail pair. Not the scuffed Jordan ones. Not the $60 outlet Nikes from the Panera paycheck. Someone commissioned your origin story and got the shoes wrong. You do not correct it. The mural is for them. The real version is for you. Marcus is on ESPN. Analyst now. Comfortable in a suit the way he has always been comfortable in everything. He says your name on air. One of the most underrated players of his generation. Underrated. After a championship, an MVP, and a Hall of Fame speech that made your mother cry on national television while holding a laminated emoji. You text him. Underrated? He sends a laughing emoji, not the laughing emoji from the girlfriend text, a different one, warmer than. Bro, you know what I mean. You do. He means the world was always going to see him first, and you second, and nothing either of you did change that. And the fact that you won anyway is the part that does not fit. Underrated is the most honest thing he has ever said about you. A kid at the park. Cheap shoes. Soles not peeling yet, but they will. He asks you to show him something. You show him the crossover. The overseas guy's words leave your mouth for the second time in their life. The ball knows where to go. You don't, but it does. The kid makes 3 in a row and looks at you like you just explained gravity. The glass case in the hallway of your house. Championship ring, finals MVP trophy, the Under Armour shoe with your name on it. And in the center, the scuffed $180 Jordan ones your dad bought thinking it was a phase. No tread. Outdoor court worn. A scuff mark on the left toe shaped like a question mark. They are worth nothing. They are the most expensive thing you own. That was always the whole game. If this one stayed with you, like and drop a comment with where you're watching from. Subscribe for more.